time.
Thank you very much for your presentation. I would like to learn more. Thank you. Thanks everyone for your presentation. I would like to learn more about the functionalities of this platform that you announced about. Is there any more insights or how it's going to work? Thank you.
Check. This is something that we have been planning to do, but we are just on the verge of actually getting it done. So we're kind of open to ideas as well. We've, for years, we've all been talking and thinking, how do we connect all Armenians around the world? Not just for Armenia, but for every Armenian in the diaspora as well, a connection between everyone on an equal level. And so I think after a lot of talking and thinking between all of us friends and some others, we came up with this concept. And it's a way of connecting all of us and utilizing our interests to create specific niche small groups and communities. And those communities can go off and do many, many different things. For example, if you have a certain interest, you're a journalist, and you want to meet other Armenian journalists, maybe not in Armenia, because you might know a lot of them in Armenia. That's a good way to start. For example, it would track your interest in journalism, and you could. And it's a great place to confer. And Alexis and I have talked about this. That we all think that the internet's evolving in a way that smaller kind of focus-based communities are the future, rather than this open space of social media as we have it right now. So this is a great way of us as an Armenian nation to get into that space.
Yeah, and like most or really all successful software products, we have a big vision for what this could become, and I think you've heard that outlined here. When it comes to launching things, unlike say like a Hollywood blockbuster, we want to just get a sort of minimum viable product out there as soon as we can to start getting feedback from our users for what's working and what isn't. So that's also part of the reason why it's a little hard to go into the details quite yet, because we're still going to watch and see how the product evolves based on how people use it. But as Serge described, like we know that there is this common bond that unites us. We know that there are platforms, whether they're professional networks like LinkedIn, or they're totally not professional networks like Reddit, and everything in between. There are places where Armenians can sort of connect, but are not really doing the job well enough. And so then how do we create a space where, for even some of the most popular of us, who I'm sure like Serge could have an infinite number of people who would want to learn from him about all sorts of arts and music and production and creation and creativity, the magic is actually in the network. And for so many people who are still finding their way, the best person for them to actually be learning from actually doesn't look like Serge. They're actually someone who's maybe just a couple of years ahead of where they are today. And so helping make those connections is actually where I think this gets really interesting. And it also just reinforces the fact that the value of this community is not just in the celebrities who exist in it, it's in all of us at our various stages. And, we've got some lofty ambitions, but thanks to Yerevan, one step at a time, we're going to get this
Can I just
rolled out.
make 2 points too?
Please.
I was